The desert is a dangerous place.
Yes.
There is not very much food or water. And people can die without food and water. Because there are no plants in the desert, when the wind blows, the desert changes. And people can get lost. The desert is a dangerous place. People do not go into the desert unless they have to. The people of God were living in a place where the rain did not come. Without rain, the crops could not grow. There was no grain to grind to make flour for the bread. And the people were hungry. The children would cry at night because they were so hungry. So the mothers and fathers decided they needed to go to a new land. Even though it was across the desert, they needed to go. So they started on their journey in the desert. But they kept going towards the land of Egypt. No, they got tired, but they kept going. They traveled across the desert to the land of Egypt. The king of Egypt is called the Pharaoh. It's a long journey. In Egypt, they found food and water and work. But the Pharaoh trapped them there. They could not go home again. They had to live where the Pharaoh said to live. They had to wake up when the Pharaoh said to wake up and go to sleep when the Pharaoh said go to sleep. They had to eat what the Pharaoh said to eat and do the work the Pharaoh said to do. They were slaves. They could not go home again. One of the people of God was called Moses. He went to Pharaoh and said, "Let my people go." The Pharaoh said no. Again and again, Moses went to Pharaoh and said, "Let my people go." The Pharaoh said no. Even when strange things began to happen through the land, still the Pharaoh said no. Then something terrible happened. The oldest boy in the families of all the people of Egypt, even the family of the Pharaoh, died. The oldest boys in the families of the people of God did not die because the people of God took the blood from a lamb and made a mark above their doors, and the angel of death passed over them. Moses went to Pharaoh again and said, "Let my people go." This time, Pharaoh said, "Yes." So the people hurried to get ready. They packed everything that they could carry. They made bread for the journey. They did not have time for the bread to rise and get fluffy and soft like the bread we buy in the store or the bread you might make at your house. It was flat. It's flat bread like a cracker. It's called matzah. We can still eat it today. And when we taste that bread, we taste the story.
Oh, yes.
They heard the thing they did not want to hear. They heard the hoofbeats of Pharaoh's army, horses of Pharaoh's army following them. They heard the wheels of the chariot. The chariots. It was like thunder. It was so loud. The army of the Pharaoh was pushing them against the water. They were frightened. They didn't know what to do. Moses came so close to God, and God came so close to Moses that he knew what to do to lead the people to freedom. This one is excited. He's running as fast as he can.
Which one of these people?
This This one is a little nervous. He's scared to go across the water.
That one doesn't have
These two are going together.
Yeah.
This one is a little confused.
But they believe in God's signs. They are.
When all the people were across, the waters closed up again. They were safe. The army of the Pharaoh could not follow them.
There's some got stuck.
The people were free. They were so happy. They couldn't help it. They praised God, singing and dancing. Miriam led the dancing.